Good health to all from Rexall. Yes, it's Sunday, time for the Phil Harris-Alice Faye Show, presented by the makers of Rexall drug products and 10,000 independent Rexall family druggists.
Good evening. This is your Rexall family druggist taking a little time from behind the prescription counter this Sunday evening to speak for all 10,000 of us. The 10,000 independent druggists who have added the word Rexall to our own store names. You can always tell us by the orange and blue Rexall sign on our windows. The sign means that we carry the 2,000 or more drug products made by the Rexall Drug Company. They range all the way from aspirin to penicillin, and they're as fine and pure and dependable as science can make them. We independent druggists recommend them to our customers because we know you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Good health to all from Rexall. And now your Rexall family druggist brings you the Phil Harris-Alice Faye Show, written by Ray Singer and Dick Chevrolet, with Elliot Lewis, Walter Tetley, Walter Scharf in his music, yours truly, Bill Foreman, and starring Alice Faye and Phil Harris. All of Phil's attempts to get Frankie a job have proven fruitless. In desperation, Alice and Phil have gone to the Rexall office to make a last try at getting Mr. Scott to rehire Frankie. As we find them, they're pleading frantically.
Mr. Scott, please take Remley back. Please.
Mr. Harris,
Oh, you've just got to take him back. Since Frankie came to live with us, I haven't been the same. Look at me. Just look at me.
Mrs. Harris.
Mr. Scott. Now look at her. Her hair's turned white, her eyes are red and swollen, and her face is full of wrinkles. She's bent and broken, and
Hold it, Wonga. What are you trying to do, railroad me into the old lady's home?
I didn't mean nothing personal by it, honey. I'm just
Mr.
trying to
Harris, if you and your wife are through with your domestic scene, may I say something?
Oh, of course, Mr. Scott. Hey, what are you going to say? Are you going to give Frankie's job back?
You are, Mr. Scott, aren't you? Aren't you?
I'll answer that just as soon as the two of you get off my chest and let me up. If it will keep peace in your family, I'll rehire Remley.
Oh, gee. Thank you, Mr. Scott. Look, Frankie's waiting for us at the soda fountain downstairs in the drugstore, and he's going to be so tickled when I tell him that he's back on the show.
Not so fast. He's not going back on the show. I put him to work here in the store. And if he proves himself, then maybe we can talk about putting him back on the show. Now just take this slip to the storeroom and pick up a uniform for Remley.
Uniform? Well, what kind of work is he going to be doing?
Something befitting his talent. Dishwasher at our soda fountain.
Remley, a dishwasher? Oh, how am I going to tell him this?
I beg your pardon, sir. What kind of a soda did you say you wanted?
You heard me. I want a bourbon phosphate. Not too much fuss.
Hey, Remley!
Oh, you two are back.
Yeah, hi.
Well, what happened with Scotty?
Frankie,
Oh, Frankie, we've got good news for you. You're working for Rexall again.
I am?
Mm-hmm.
You mean you got me a job again so I can be independent and earn my own money? So I won't have to mooch on you people anymore? So I won't have to stay at your house and live on your money anymore?
That's right, Frankie.
You can't do this to me.
Now, wait a minute, Remley. You told me you were anxious to go back to work for Rexall. Now we got you a job and you're taking it. You ain't going to mooch off of us any longer.
In that case, I guess I'll have to take it. When do I start playing the guitar again?
Francis,
Hmm?
you're not going to be playing the guitar.
I'm not?
No. No, you see, Mr. Scott has another job in mind for you, and it's not with the band.
Well, is it in show business? Does it have anything to do with music?
Well, you might say that. Remley, you're about to become a dish jockey.
A what jockey?
A dish jockey, a crockery laundress, a pearl diver.
I don't get it.
A dishwasher.
Oh, a dishwasher. Wait a minute, I'm not going to be no dishwasher. I'm a guitar player, and that's what I'm going to hold out for.
No. Let's not be hasty, Frankie. There are lots worse things than washing dishes.
Name one.
Your guitar playing. I've listened to you play that thing for 10 years. It's the worst thing.
Alice, I happen to be a great guitar player. I'm one of the best guitar players, dead or alive.
And if you don't count the live ones, he's the best.
Thanks. I'm sorry, but I refuse to be a dishwasher. It's below me.
Below you? Now listen, Frankie. Do you realize how important the dishwasher is to the scheme of things? Do you realize the necessity of clean dishes to the health of the American public? Being a dishwasher is like being a doctor. You're killing germs and saving lives that would have been lost. Except for the fact that you have saved them.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I can't waste my time working for Rexall.
Why not?
The Mayo Clinic needs men like me.
Look, Remley, you're going to take this job as a dishwasher or not?
Don't be ridiculous. After 8 years in medical school, I could be a dishwasher? Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm needed in surgery.
Frankie.
Nurse, please. When a patient's here, call me doctor. Now then, Mr. Harris, let's go back to your case. When did you first discover that staggering wasn't the only way to walk?
Remley, stop stalling and put on this dishwasher's uniform.
Oh, get that gravy catcher away from me.
Look, Frankie, Mr. Scott said this job is only temporary. If you do well, he'll put you back with the band.
Oh, well, that's different. In that case, I might...
Oh, Frankie, I knew you'd do it. You've made me so happy. Now I can lead a normal life again. I got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my little finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. I've got a song that I sing. I can make the rain go anytime I move my little finger. Lucky me, can't you see I'm in love? Life is a beautiful thing. Long as I hold the string, I'd be a silly so-and-so if I should ever let you go. I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow, got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love.
Sure, you may define in 1,000 ways, but a case like ours needs a special phrase to say that we got the world on a string.
Life is a beautiful thing. Long as I hold the string, I'd be a silly so-and-so if I should ever let you go. I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow, got the string around my little finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love.
Ah, gee, Alice, that was wonderful.
I think she's an exhibitionist standing in the middle of a crowded drugstore singing.
Look, Frankie, you're wasting time. Get behind the counter and start washing the dishes. Go on.
Stop pushing. Stop. I'm going. Fine job for an artist like me. I'll try it, but I ain't going to like it one bit.
Pardon me, young man.
You talking to me?
Yes. I'd like something to drink.
I could stand one myself. Where we go?
Puss! Where?
Madam, please. I want to apologize for this man. You see, he's new here. This is his first day.
Oh, well, I thought it must be something like that. Because I always get very courteous service in a Rexall store. That's why I go to Rexall stores. Because I find that whenever I go to a Rexall store...
All right, you made your point. You go to a Rexall. Well, with 10,000 of them to pick from, why do you have to come to this one and bother me?
Frankie, stop it, will you please? If you want to get back in Mr. Scott's good graces, wait on the woman. Tell him what you want, miss.
Young man, make me a chocolate soda.
I got dishes to wash. Go make it.
Young man, I don't like your manners.
Well, yours ain't nothing to write home about.
You keep quiet. Lady, this man is not responsible. Not responsible for what he's saying. You see, his current ain't completely on.
Current ain't on?
He's got a wet wire in his fuse box.
What?
He's got an AC brain and a DC head. In short, lady, he's NUTS.
Oh, a condition of the cerebellum.
All right, he's got a sour bellum. You talk your way, I'll talk mine.
Oh, I don't believe there's anything wrong with this man. If there were, Rexall wouldn't hire him. I think he's just insolent.
That's telling him, fatso.
Well, that does it. I'm going to the manager's office and report you right now.
What a pity. Now I will be fired.
Oh, no, you won't. We spent 4.5 weeks getting you this job, and you're going to keep it. Now, Frankie, you go after that woman and apologize. And just to make sure you do, I'm going with you. Come on.
All right. Here you are, Curly. Put this cap on and take care of my job while I'm gone.
You think I'm going to wash your dishes, Remley? You're... Well, maybe I'd better cover up for him. I'm not going to take any chances on his losing this job.
I beg your pardon. You work here, don't you?
Well, yeah. Yes. What can I do for you, madam?
Well, I have to make a long-distance phone call. Would you mind holding my baby?
Well...
Thank you very much. I'll be right back, and please be careful with little Claudia.
But, lady, I... Oh, no. Oh, now, little Claudia, don't cry. Oh, Claudia, your mommy will be right back. Now, take it easy, will you? Oh. Please, baby. Oh, please. Claude, pipe down. Babe in the arms of Phil Harris, and she's crying. Must be something wrong with this kid. When you grow up and remember this, honey, you'll hate yourself. Oh, look at me, baby. Look at me. Get a load of this curly hair and blue eyes and big dimples. Gets them every time. That's better. Look, I tell you what I'll do, Claudia. The record counter's right across the aisle, and if you're a good little girl, I'll play you a record. Sure. Well, here we are. What would you like to hear? We have records by Bing Crosby, Perry Como, and, well, lucky little you. Here's the latest Phil Harris Victor recording. You'll love this. Don't be a critic. Don't knock it until you've tried it. Now be quiet, Claude, and listen. One time there was a mountaineer who felt so mighty brave that he took his trusty gun and went to a dark, dark cave. The reason for his venture was a story that he'd heard about a bad, ferocious creature called the Jabberwocky bird. Now, when he got to that dreary cave, our hunter saw a sight. The Jabberwock had 7 heads, and each one was a fright. He turned around and headed home, running all the way. And to all the folks who waited there, the mountaineer did say, "'Twas really gan the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. Old Mimsy were the Borogroves and the Mommy rats out grabe. Oh, frabjous day, Kalookalay, and from your Bandersnatch. My aim was spoiled by 7 heads, but that bird I will catch." Then back again into that cave that mountaineer did go. But how he'd really get the bird, he really didn't know. This time the mountaineer was armed with knives and traps and bait. He had to catch that Jabberwocker meet a sorry fate. Inside the cave, that gruesome bird confronted him once more. The mountaineer had 7 fits and fell right to the floor. He offered up a hasty prayer and murmured, "It's the end." But 7 Jabberwocky heads said, "Can't we please be friends? We'll gamble in the slithy toves and gyre and gimble in the wabe. We'll mimsy in the Borogroves and the Mommy rats out grabe. Oh, frabjous day, Kalookalay, and from your Bandersnatch." The mountaineer said, "You mean we're pals?" And 7 heads said, "Natch." The mountaineer just shook his head. He couldn't trust his ears. The Jabberwocky's 7 pairs of eyes were filled with tears. The ugly bird broke down and sobbed, "A witch made me like this, and Jabberwocky I must be until a man I kiss." The mountaineer could not resist that bird's unhappy plea. He bravely puckered up his lips and said, "You'll soon be free." They kissed and 7 heads became just one of golden curls. The ugly Jabberwocky was then the prettiest of girls. They brillied in the slithy toves and gyred and gimbled in the wabe. They mimsied in the Borogroves and the Mommy mass out rabe. Oh, frabjous day, Kalookalay, and from your Bandersnatch. That couple now have 7 kids. And that is quite a bad. Well, kid, how'd you like that? Smooth diction, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, you said it. The other side's even better. That's Elmer and the Bear. I really lay it on, that one. Hey, I wonder when your mother's coming. She was only supposed to be gone for a few minutes.
Hey, everything's okay, Curly. I apologized to that dame, and she...
Oh, well, good.
Well, you've been a busy little bee since I've been gone. Where'd you get this baby?
Some woman asked me to hold it now. They wanted me to hold it while she went to make a phone call, but she's been gone an awful long time.
She asked you to hold it? Oh, yeah. Curly, how could you fall for an old gag like that?
What do you mean, gag?
Well, the dame won't come back. They've been using that dodge for years. When they want to get rid of a kid, instead of putting it on a doorstep, they give it to a stranger to hold.
Oh, don't be silly. What do you... Wait a minute. Come to think of it, she did force the baby on me, and... Hey, Remley, let's check. Come on, help me. Look for that dame. Now, she's got to be in this store someplace. She was wearing a green coat, a brown hat. Remley must be right about that dame. I can't find her any place in the store. Oh, Claudia. Oh, kid, will you stop? I got to get you off my hands. What's your name? Where do you live? What's your phone number? This is no time to be coy. I'm not trying to make a date with you. Now, all I'm trying to do is I got to find...
I got news for you.
Did you find the mother, Frankie?
No, and I don't think we're going to find her either. I just saw the newspaper headlines. Did you know that there's a baby missing that the police have been looking for 5 days, and they said the baby was last seen in this neighborhood?
Oh, no. Oh, things ain't bad enough. I got to have a hot baby on my hands. Hey, Frankie, we better turn this kid over to the police fast.
Wait a minute, Curly. Suppose they don't believe you. Suppose they think you took it.
Don't be silly. You can tell them I had nothing to do with it. You can tell them that a woman walked up and gave it to me. You can tell them that.
Sorry, Curly, but I didn't see any woman give you a baby. I can't perjure myself.
Remley, some of these days... Oh, never mind. The cops will believe me.
Why should they believe you if your best friend don't? Now, Curly, give me the kid. I'll put it up here on the toy counter in with the dolls. There we are. Somebody will find it later and turn it over to the police.
Yeah, maybe that's the best way. Oh, Frankie. Oh, the kid's crying. We can't leave it here.
Well, what are you going to do with it?
Don't worry. I'll find somebody to palm it off on.
Pardon me, Bud. I want to buy a... Oh, sure, Mr. Harris. So Rexall's got you working in the store now. They finally got wise to you and fired you off the show, huh?
They didn't fire me off of the show. I'll have you know, Julius, that they are very happy with me.
I don't get it. They must be writing his salary off as a bad debt. Well, as long as you're here, you can wait on...
I ain't waiting on nobody. Rexall pays me to make their customers laugh.
All right, let's see you earn your money. I'm a customer. Make me laugh.
Julius, will you please get
You
out?
heard me, Mac. Make me laugh. Go ahead. Ed, lib me a yuck.
Some of these days I'm going to have to hang one on that kid.
You ain't going to make me laugh. Wait on me, then. My mother sent me over to buy a doll for my kid sister.
We ain't got any... Doll? Remley.
Think we can get away with it?
I don't know, but if it'll get Julius arrested, let's try it. Julius, buddy, I think we got just what you want. Here's a doll that looks just like a real baby. How do you like it?
Let me see. Hey, it looks almost live. Wait a minute. This is a real baby.
Of course, you don't think we carry substitutes.
Where you guys find a kid? Where'd you get this baby?
It came in with our new spring line. Direct from the factory.
Babies come from factories?
Naturally.
I gotta have a talk with my old man. He thinks the stock brings it.
Hey, look, kid, I can give you a good deal on this baby. I can let you have it cheap because, because it's getting pretty old.
Old? How old is it?
I don't know. Remley, pick it up and see if there's a date stamped on the bottom.
No date. Just says made in Japan. Now, what do you say, Julius? Shall I wrap it up, or do you want to take it home on a leash?
I better get out of here. I don't know what you guys got, but whatever it is, you got it in the last stages.
Hey, Frankie.
What?
We better get out of here, too. If I know that kid, he's going to report us. Let's take this baby down to the police and turn it in. Come on. But, Sergeant, are you sure the missing baby has been found?
I tell you, it was found an hour ago. Now, where did you get this baby you're holding?
Well, I was standing in the store, and some woman gave it to me to hold, and I thought that... Holy smoke. Oh, she must be the baby's real mother. Come on, Remley. Let's get back to that store fast.
Right.
Come on.
Hey, Curly, the store is crawling with cops. Look at this crowd. Hey, do you think those cops are after us?
No, they must be here for something else. Hey, let's push our way through the crowd. I'm taking this baby back to the mother. Quiet, Claudia.
Officer, you just have to find my baby. You've got to catch that horrible man that stole her.
Don't worry, lady. We'll get that no-good skunk. My men got orders that if they catch that rat with your baby, they're to shoot him on sight.
Here, Frankie, you hold the baby.
Don't hand that kid to me. You keep her. After all, you're the skunk that stole her.
Not so loud.
Madam, I'm Mr. Scott of Rexall. Please control yourself. Now, are you sure you handed the baby to one of our employees? What did this man look like?
Sure hope she didn't recognize
Oh,
me.
I'd know him any place. He was a horrible-looking monster. He had squinting eyes, a cruel mouth, a low forehead, a scar on each cheek, and a moronic look.
You're a dead duck, Curly. She got an accurate description of it.
The nerve of that dame calling my two beautiful dimples scars.
Now, madam, try to remember. What time was it that you gave...
Please stop all this questioning. All I want is my baby back. Do you hear me? I want my baby back.
Madam, please, calm yourself. Here, take this. It will soothe your nerves.
Oh, what is it?
A Rexall aspirin. One of our 2,000 fine drug products that is sold in our 10,000 independent drug stores. Now swallow it because you can depend on any product that bears the...
Mr. Scott, I'm in no mood for a commercial. All I want is my baby.
And we'll see that you get her. My company will offer a handsome reward to the person who returns the child.
Reward? Curly, I just thought of a way out for you. Wait till I rip my coat.
Frankie!
Now muss my hair, smear a little dirt on my face?
What are you doing?
I'm sacrificing myself for you, pal. Give me the baby. Step aside. One side, everybody. Clear the way. Let me through.
Remley, what are you doing here? What happened to you?
Mr. Scott, sir, after a bloody battle against overwhelming odds, I rescued this woman's child. Here's your baby, lady.
Oh, my precious, my darling. Come into my arms and let me kiss you and kiss you.
Later, lady. I'm too winded now.
Remley, I'm proud of you. I'll see to it that you get a $1,000 reward.
Mr. Scott, I don't want money as my reward.
Well, what do you want? I'll give you anything you ask for. Just name it and it's yours.
I want my job back with the band.
Oh. Do me a favor, Remley, and take the money. Please?
No. I insist that I get my job back as guitar player. Not only that, I want to be in charge of the entire string section.
All right. You're in charge of the string section. As far as I'm concerned, you can take over the whole band and be the leader.
The leader? Mr. Scott, that's Curly's job. You expect me to take Curly's place and do him out of a highly paid job. You come the right guy. Now, if you draw up the contracts, we can discuss how much I'm going to...
And now here's your Rexall family druggist.
Last week, a newcomer to our neighborhood walked into my store, and I felt pretty happy when she said,
I'd like to know why practically every woman I've met since I moved here has been needling me to try Rexall drug products.
maybe it's because the makers of Rexall drug products do quite a bit of needling themselves.
What do you mean?
Well, let's take an example. In order to be sure that Rexall surgical lubricant is well pasteurized, Rexall scientists subject it to heat after it's been sealed in the tube. But this calls for a little ingenuity in checking the temperature inside the tube. So Rexall's men of science use a specially constructed instrument, a kind of needle-like thermometer, that actually pierces a sample tube from each batch and registers the exact temperature inside the tube.
I'm beginning to get it. You mean it's things like that?
Exactly, ma'am. It's a lot of things like that. Patient, painstaking, scientific testing that have caused so many millions of people to trust all of the 2,000 or more drug products made by the Rexall Drug Company. We independent Rexall druggists know this, and that's why we're proud to put the orange and blue Rexall sign on our windows. The sign means that ours are the only stores where you can get these products. And it's also why we tell you you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Good health to all from Rexall. This is Bill Foreman wishing good health to all from Rexall.
In 30 minutes, it's Morgan on NBC.